Hello guys, UPSC 2020 is just around 3 weeks left now. So October 4 you have to give your prelims, and you have been preparing since more than 1 year now, and you would have done multiple times of revision, multiple times of test series, and anything which is possible in the last one and a half year you would have done it. Okay, this is the lengthiest time which any student have got, but obviously because of the corona situation and all, maybe you could not study as per planned. Maybe your coaching institute shut down, maybe your online classes were not working, your internet was not working, so things had been challenged. But the exam will be of the same standard, and we always makes this kind of videos before prelims, 2 to 3 episodes, which will make you understand certain tricks of how to improve your marks. Okay, so that works every year. So this year also we have come up with this, so we'll see whether we have to do it in 1 episode or 2 episode, depending on how much length it will go. Anyway, we'll keep the timer on here, so we'll see. Okay, so certain topics which we will discuss in this video is which students, as per queries only, we have designed this, like how tough were previous year papers, how many UPSC questions repeat, what are subject weightages, what to expect on October 4, that is 2020 prelims, how many questions to attempt on October 4, and UPSC 2020 prelims cutoff, how it will go, what is the trick to clear UPSC prelims. Okay, so these are shortcuts and things which people ask. So obviously you have to do a lot of hard work and then effectively implement it using some certain smart work at the end of the time. So that is how it goes. So we'll discuss one by one in very short thing. Okay, because already if you are a regular viewer of Vysh IAS, I have already given you thousands of tips and tricks of how to improve your score. So previous year papers is the key always after syllabus. So if you take the last 5 to 6 or maybe 10 years, 2018 will be the toughest paper. Okay, in the last 10 years, 15 years you take, it will be like that only, because I have analyzed everything in detail. I know the marks of people. I know how the cutoff differs from year to year. So that is why I'm telling 2018 was tough. Okay, it is not like impossible to crack, but it was tough because the way it suddenly changed the type of question formatting. Okay, they made it more analytical, and the questions were lengthy, and options were weird, and many chronology questions came, that is pinpointing and asking the year. Okay, which UPSC usually don't do, but they asked very close by options. Okay, if there are 4 options, all 4 were like very closely related to each other. If they usually ask a chronology question, it will be decades apart or centuries apart, but last time it was like one was 1951 event, 54 event, 57 event. So you have to know the pinpoint year to arrange that in chronology. So that kind of weird options made it tough. But if you take the easiest one, if in the last 5 to 8 years, 2016 was one of the easiest. Okay, because even the cutoff were higher that year. Okay, which was plus more than 105 marks or something, and people could score it also. That is why the cutoff is like that. There were many questions which were like direct, like from the schemes. Okay, like Stand Up India, Startup India, Mudra Yojana, PM, some Fasal Bima Yojana, whatever were there in the news, because 2015 many schemes got implemented, and so the UPSC decided to ask almost all the schemes. Okay, 20-25 questions were just schemes. So if you did that alone, you will get 50 marks. Okay, so that is why 2016 was easy if you are just a newspaper reader, nothing else you wanted. And 2019, because that is the latest one, and that is the one which students will be looking at the most. So there it was again like 2018, it was more analytical, more time consuming and lengthy. But because 2018 paper was in front of you already, if you had analyzed that and gone to the exam hall, it was comparatively easy. So even the veteran students and senior serious aspirants, they were telling me 2019 was very easy compared to 2018, because we expected this kind of toughness level, and it came even lighter. Options were a little more moderate. Okay, there were questions with 7-8 statements and all. So if you eliminate one statement, directly it gets to the answer. Okay, like they gave 8 products and asked like which of the following has MSP, which of the following has GST. So it was easy. If you just know one item out of that, you could directly get the answer. So 2019 was comparatively easy, but again it was time consuming because lengthier statements were there in every question. Okay, so you need to read each statement and then find out that hint, so it took time. Now how many questions repeat? So questions as such is repeating, and it used to repeat. Like 2011 question comes in 17, or 15 comes in 16. I will show you example also, which I've already shown in other videos. But more than questions, topic repeat every year. Like what UPSC do is, like suppose they have a topic with them. Okay, they suppose read about some environment thing. Okay, they read about like green global growth, something global green growth. Okay, something like that is there. Summit is there. So what they do is, first year 2015, what they did, they formed a question telling green global this thing is related to what, and they put 4 options, ABCD type question they asked. Okay, and the answer was, it is a green accounting tool used across countries, something like that, and it was option A. Done, and they left it. Next year 2016, when question paper came, they gave description of something and asked like what is it related to, meaning they asked further into the statements of this thing. Like when you go to the about me page of this thing, there will be some details, right? Based on that details, they formed the next year's question 2016. Okay, like it is coordinated by World Bank and something, and it is funded by someone. So they took that extreme statement. But you people who don't take the exam seriously, you just by hearted this A option, which was the right answer. Okay, B, C, D, you did not care what it is. Okay, UPSC will do that also. If C is a description of some other body, that body will be asked the next year. Okay, but you did not even care to read the options B, C, and D. You simply put that in Google, you will get another body like momentum for change or climate neutrality or something will be there, some other movement, because they take descriptions from the about me page of different bodies. They will not put random statements here. So always analyze the questions in detail. I can show you examples. So UPSC uses a topic to the full extent before disposing it. Okay, before they throw it off or they think, okay, this is enough now, they will keep asking round and round in the same topic. And pattern is always same. Okay, the type of questions, like how many ABCD question, how many statement 1, 2 question, how many statement 1, 2, 3, 4 question. It's always same if you take the total count. And some simple tricks are there, which again in this video I will show you. So this one, if you see 2015 a question, there has been a persistent deficit budget every year after year. Which of the following actions can be taken by the government to reduce the deficit? Okay, so they gave reducing revenue expenditure, introducing new welfare scheme, rationalizing subsidies, expanding industries. Okay, so this one, if you know the answer, you tell in comment section, because already I have discussed. There's a specific video discussing 2015 versus 16 comparison where many repeated questions I showed. So this one I will not tell you the answer now, you can comment it. But 2016, if you see the question, the same question repeated. Okay, ditto same. Only thing is, instead of expanding industry, in the fourth statement they gave reducing import duty. And the options, they same options, if you see 1 only, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. They put it in order this time. Okay, here it was in the jumbled order, but same thing only, 1 only, 1 and 3 only, 2 and 3 only, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so same thing, the person who made the question paper, he simply changed the last statement. Maybe that was, maybe he wanted to put this statement also into it. So he did like that. Okay, answer for both of them are same. Okay, even though the statement has changed. So if you know it, tell in comment section. But what I am telling is, see the UPSC board, what they are doing. They did not even bother to change one word from the question or from the option or the pattern or the mark style. So if you had done that, 2 marks for you will be default. Okay, others when they are doing 100 questions, for you, you have to do only 99 questions, because this one when you see, immediately you will take the answer. Okay, so that is the speed which you will get, and that will get you extra marks also. Because faster you do, faster you will get extra time. This one, if you see, agreement on agriculture, agreement and application of this thing, and sanitary, phytosanitary, okay, SPS, this one and peace clause is in news, related to which body? Okay, so they did not ask what is this, okay, because people study all these things in detail, even for mains and all. They simply asked which body it is, and any serious aspirant will know that it is WTO. Okay, because India also has this had problem here, and India even lost the case when it came. Okay, like when like the standards are there, Europeans and Americans will reject our products during trade and all because of these clauses. So India actually lost a case. So that is why everybody knows it's WTO. 2016 again they took the next other thing, amber box, blue box, green box, which is actually from the same topic. Okay, if you study these 2 topics, it will be in the same book in the like different paragraph. Okay, together only you will study. That is also WTO. So this, even these things, even I have taught it in detail in my Ramesh Singh lecture and all, like what is blue box, what is green box, and there is one more box called socio development box. So all these things we teach you in detail. They simply ask what it is related to. So if you went back and prepared this that year, in together you would have studied this definitely, and you would have got 2 marks. So always take the previous year paper seriously. Now also 20 days are there. 10 days, if you take one year of question paper, 2019 to 2010 at least, 10 years, you are going to get huge number of marks compared to others who don't do the question paper. I guarantee you this. Okay, else if don't come, you can come after the exam and come and shout at me. I take that guarantee because I know this. I know it happens every year. Okay. Now, what are subject weightages? It changes every year because people tell, coaching institutes tell always modern history will come high or polity will come high, but it changes every year. Okay, but there are some things which repeat uniformly also. That also I will tell you. So if you take ancient, medieval, even art and culture, it will be the least weightage totally. Meaning if you add up ancient, medieval and art and culture questions together, then also it won't cross 10. Okay, in the last many years, it has not crossed 10 or 12 out of 100 I am telling. And 2016, as I told, schemes were high. 2017, polity questions were high. 2018, high means I'm telling 20 plus questions. Okay, that is 40 to 50 marks are coming from that section out of your 200 marks. Then 2018, it was weird because older current affairs came, chronology came, agriculture, lot of questions came, soil related, water related, every kind of thing which they could manipulate in the geography, agriculture area, they took it. So that is 2018. And 2019, it was more of Act, Amendment, Bill. I think around 11 to 12 questions, that is around 25 marks, came from different Act. They asked Forest Act, they asked Minerals Act, then solid waste management. I think they whatever act and bill they could, industrial rules they asked. Okay, it's not, some things are not even an act actually, it's just a bill or a draft bill, and from that also they asked questions. So this year please see to it that any bill is there, especially environment impact assessment is there, or anything which is in progress in the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, wherever, even budget session, whatever happened, all those things are important to you, and questions will come. They ask very detailed statements out of it. Okay, it's not like you think just like refer to this or in context of this, is not like that. They will ask like in context of this amendment bill, they'll give 3-4 statements and ask like which of them are there in the bill. So unless you read that act or bill, you cannot solve it. Okay, maybe you, if you know some elimination technique, one statement will go away, but still it will have some confusion. Okay, and textbook questions are minimal now. Till 2015 or maybe 14, questions at least 50% used to come directly from textbook, meaning Lakshmikant statement, Spectrum statement, Ramesh statement. They'll take as it is and put it in the question paper. But now it is all twisted. They will not, even after the exam, you have, if you Google it also, you will get it in some random Google books, or you will get it some YouTube videos like us, which we teach you from different sources. But you will not get from the normal textbooks. Okay. There can be content from weird things like R.S. Sharma, Satish, Chandra and all, because that contains almost everything possible in medieval. But if you take a Buddhism question or a Jainism question and all, they are inventing new words. They are from some random news article, they will take like this word is there related to what? Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, they will put 4 religions. So textbooks are minimal now. Now, economics and science, okay, even though I told these are weightages, every year economics and science comes uniformly. Like science, at least 5-6 questions will come, which is all current affair. They will not ask any physics, chemistry, biology, nothing from your textbook. They will ask about space missions, defense mission, scientist related things, space, black hole, okay, anything which is in the news, cryptocurrency or any technology, 3D printing, GPS, 4G, 5G, or any, what to say, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things. Then more are there, virtual reality, augmented reality. These are all recent 3-4 years words, okay, whichever I'm telling. Everything is asked in the last few years. And then economics, if you see, it's not like budget related, only one question will come. Okay, they'll give a trend, like something, inflation is decreasing since last decade, or tax to GDP ratio increasing since last decade. They'll give a ratio and 99% it will be false only. Okay, so that also, when you do the question paper, previous year paper, you will know that. And whatever question comes, you can blindly go and mark it, you will get the marks. I'm seriously telling, it will, blind method will work. Okay, because every time it is false. Now, 2019 paper, little bit in depth because it's the latest one. Around 25 marks I told acts, bills, rules. Polity was comparatively easier, even though there were controversial questions like definition of liberty and all. Okay, I showed you there is a positive definition, there is a negative definition, and both were there in options. Okay, positive definition is liberty is like the freedom to do everything and I think develop oneself fully. That is the answer key which came. But one more option was there, absence of restraint. So liberty, absence of restraint, that is also true actually as per NCERT. But UPSC suggested the positive one as the answer key. So if you have marked that, you are not wrong, but according to UPSC, you will not get marks. Okay, so see to it that when such thing comes, always choose a positive thing. Then modern history was a disappointment last year because whichever questions came were very less, and whatever came was little bit difficult. Okay, like Mahatma Gandhi, one question came like war conference and all, Cripps proposal. It was little twisted. It was not straightforward as usual, and questions were very less. Okay, usually at least 18, 20, 25 questions come from modern history, but last year it was very less. So people were disappointed. Ancient and medieval were weird, but again solvable from the common textbooks like R.S. Sharma and Satish Chandra. Anything would have got except for 1 or 2 Buddhism questions with keywords which nobody can teach you. Other than that, everything was fine. And then economics was the king as usual with more than 20 questions. But again, as I told, it's not textbook economics. It's all current affair. Maybe like a Bheem app or what to say, UPI. Anything which RBI does or anything which is there in the deficit area, inflation area. Okay, something which is keep coming in the news, not your basics of money and demand or supply and demand, not that. Okay, that is not coming. Okay, I think one question came from microeconomics kind of thing, but that you don't have to do too much. Okay, 12th standard there is a textbook called microeconomics. Please don't do lot of effort because only one question will come. Geography, core geography never comes in the last 5-10 years. Geography core is not coming, like no tsunami, no volcano, no mountain valleys, plateaus, nothing is coming. But last year minerals related question came, but that also again, as I told, in the form of act. So this is equivalent to this first point. Okay, minerals amendment act, some mining amendment act, they asked a detailed question like state has power, center don't have power, then coal is there, coal is not there, or some like gold is found only in this state, then something else is found only in this state. So again, that is little factual GK kind of thing, not your core geography. Then environment, it cannot be studied too much. Okay, like people teach you a lot of, even we teach you a lot of Shankar IAS things, like study the definitions of ecology, biosphere, lithosphere, mantle, crust, core. We teach you every kind of internal things, but UPSC has stopped asking it now. Okay, we don't know whether they'll come back with it, but now they're asking summit kind of thing, international summits. Okay, whatever Paris climate or Convention of Biological Diversity, CBD, UNFCC, or CCD, okay, that desert convention. So anything which is an environment thing, that these are all popular ones, whatever I told now, Kyoto Protocol, Montreal, but they go one step ahead and they will ask those, I told, right, that green global growth, momentum for change, climate neutrality, or anything like that. And they will ask like, it is an outcome of what? They'll give 3 statements, like its origin, then its date, when it came. Okay, origin, date, like it was an outcome of Rio summit or something. With that obviously date you will know whether it is 2012 or 1992, something like that. Then what else is there? Then the funding. Okay, like World Bank is a key funding unit of this. Then whether India has ratified it. Okay, these are the 4-5 things about every summit you have to prepare. So always make a table kind of thing and revise. Even now when you are revising 20 days, environmental summits, write it down together in one place in order. In like you first write Rio Summit 92, then you will write Rio plus 10, which is in Johannesburg, which happened. Then that is 2002. Okay, 92, 2002, then 2012 again it happened. Same like that, Habitat was there, Habitat 1, Habitat 2, Habitat 3, like that summit is there. Corresponding to that in Asia, there is APMCHUD, there's an Asia Pacific ministerial thing. Actually, India has became the chair for that in 2019, so it becomes again important. Already 2 times they have asked in detail about this. So who is the chair? India has hosted it, India has never hosted it. So that kind of things comes about summits. So environment is now totally shifted to international politics, you can tell. Then space tech and international relation. Last year it was a shocker because many events happened in India. Chandrayaan was there, many things were there, but UPSC did not ask. So maybe this year they will ask it. Okay, because now Chandrayaan 3 is also in plan. So all these things are in news, and maybe they will come back with those questions. But what you have to study is the basics. You have to study what is a PSLV, what is GSLV, what do you mean by low Earth orbit, medium Earth orbit, high Earth orbit. Okay, what is this Lagrange point, sun, okay, eclipse, or these kind of things which happens. Okay, eclipse was very important this year because of a unique event. So they will ask questions which is like this, a basic of science. Okay, they'll purposely put a weird thing which like PSLV statement, they'll put it to GSLV statement, they'll put it to a LEO. Okay, like few years back the questions were always about gravitational waves, 2016, 17 and all, but now they shifted to a little bit of a black hole and space and Stephen Hawking. That level they reached. So see to it that you know the current happenings. And it's always from news. Okay, as I told, don't study the unwanted NCERTs and all in the last days now. Map based, again it's weird, but you can solve. Okay, like Black Sea will come, or maybe this little tougher question which came last year is glacier locations. They gave 5 glaciers and they asked right side, they asked the I think the river names they asked. Okay, it's not even the location. If it was location, it was a little bit easier, like whether it's in Sikkim or Himachal or Jammu, but they asked the exact river name or something, so it was a little tough. Okay, but again 2-3 options could have been eliminated with any good test series. We could also have solved it, but it's always not predictable, like UPSC can ask this also. Okay, now on October 4 it will be tougher than 2019 because you got this much time, but it will be easier than 2018, meaning they are not going to go back to that level of toughness level. Also you have these papers in front of you, so obviously you will not feel that toughness also, even if it is tough. Then the cutoff will be higher. Okay, last 2 years cutoff I'll show you, and it will be analytical, time consuming. So now when you are doing every day, try to do a timed environment test also. Okay, take 2 hours, take any previous year question paper or any mock test, like we also give 63 tests we are giving to my students. Take one test and try to do in the time limit. Okay, and there is also a trick to do that, like which questions to solve first and all, that I'll tell you. So most important topics in order, if you tell, okay, this is the order. Okay, economics is the most important, then modern history, then polity, then current affairs, that latest 1 year current affair, then agriculture, then schemes and bills. Okay, this order if you revise, you will have more chance of getting more marks instead of doing something else in the starting. Then science, okay, environment, that too both from current affairs. Then art and culture, ancient, medieval, and core geography. Okay, but the other parts of geography like food processing, agriculture, soil, water, everything will come here. So that is of high priority, but the core geography is low priority. Okay, even if it's 2 years back they asked about El Nino or something, but now because it's not an El Nino year and such events are not happening, they are not asking. But maybe about flood or landslide or something like disaster they can ask. Also in science they can ask about vaccines and medicines this year. So all common diseases and vaccines like vitamin A to B, A to F, that kind of things, or hepatitis ABC. So there are things which have this categories. Wherever categories comes, UPSC likes it because they'll put a massive following question. Okay, so study that more. Okay, like compared to these things which is a normal like chicken pox or something. If you study hepatitis, it will give you more value because there is a category involved there. Okay, other like that, even mosquito related, there are 7-8 diseases, and there are 3-4 types of mosquitoes. Okay, so each type of mosquito spreads different types of disease. So that if you put a table and study, that has a higher chance of coming in the exam than something else. Okay, then even the older SARS or MERS or whatever before corona, whatever corona type which came, which was all eradicated now, that kind of things. Then polio is also always in the news because of the new type of vaccine, inactivated one. Earlier it was oral vaccine, so that is why that also is important. Or then corona itself in different types they can ask. Okay, whether it can infect animals, whether it can infect plants, this kind of statements they'll put. Okay, so you should know the minimum. Budget is the last because only one question will come, but for mains this will come at the first priority. Okay, so after prelims you can do that, but now budget, please don't waste lot of time. If one day you allocate, it's totally fine. Cutoff prediction, people ask, it will be, as I told, higher than UPSC 2019. If you see 2018 general category, it was 98, OBC it was 96, and that year there was no EWS category and all, it was only these 4. So SC ST was 84, 83. But if you take 2019, it was lower actually. General category is same. EWS you leave it as of now because it's already in court case also, and that is why they are not publishing the marks also 2019. Then 95.34 because earlier you saw it was 96 in 2018 and SC was 84. Okay, and here it was 80 or something. So this has reduced. If you see the cutoff of 2019 is lower, so people are giving low marks because I don't know, cutoff is decided based on students' marks only. Because students are scoring low, cutoff is also low. But this year, because people have studied too much, many veteran students are there. Many of them, it's their last attempt, and also they are like going to give their best. And number of students who give the exam also will be less. Everyone will not go for the exam hall itself today, this October 4. Nobody will go. If you see the JEE, this thing and all, if in the first phase, when it conducted in January, the JEE exam and all, 95% attendance was there. Okay, but now in September when they conducted this postponed exam, only 74% attendance is there. So your competition is reducing. So you have a higher chance of clearing this exam if you go to the exam hall with all precautions and take with a full alert mind. You have a chance of clearing this faster. Okay, so see to it that if you're going, please do your best. Now, how many questions to attempt? Never attempt all 100. Okay, this is something which I tell my students always. Never attempt all 100 because some stupid coaching institutes tell that. So please don't blindly believe any coaching institute or toppers. Okay, because just because they are topper, they will tell whatever they like. Because prelims they cleared almost 1 year back. You are hearing their talking or interviews after their mains and interview, which is many months apart. Okay, so many are there who just by luck they cleared, and many are there because their category was SC or ST and this thing was very low and they somehow cleared. But you cannot compare yourself with them. Your strength is different. You may be much better than them. So please don't believe any topper blindly. There's nothing wrong in listening to them. Okay, I'm not criticizing any topper, but I know how they talk. After clearing, they talk in a completely different way. Not like how actually they prepared. Okay, many will come and tell, I studied only 3 hours a day. It is very easy. UPSC is simple. After clearing, anybody can tell whatever. Okay, but when they were studying, they would have studied like a mad person, like 18 hours a day, 16 hours a day. But they will never tell that to you. Okay, because when it's natural thing, it's human tendency. When we achieve something, we tell it like very casually. We are like, nobody can beat us, we are the champion kind of thing. That way we talk. Okay, so that is totally fine. So just think, don't believe it. Now learn the art of choosing the best 70 questions. Okay, because that is what will decide your marks, and it will come only with the right guidance and practice. Don't compare your test series marks with UPSC marks. This is also every day I get messages from students that, sir, I am doing that test, I am doing this test, and still my mark is not crossing 50 out of 200, 70 out of 200. if you are getting 70 out of 200 in your test series, you will obviously get 100 plus in your actual UPSC, because test series will be always tougher. Okay, because how much ever we claim that we teach you nicely, we do this thing, we can never reach UPSC standard. Okay, nobody can reach UPSC standard. They have a very special way of framing questions, and they give you too many hints. Test series people try to make it more difficult to make their test series more challenging and more appealing and all. Okay, but and with explanation you will understand, like, okay, this is how they are teaching, this is important to us. But UPSC, in the question itself, they'll give you all the needed hint. Okay, so they have to make it easy for you. They'll use words like, if you see test series, they rarely use the words like only, all and all, because they know that students will easily catch it. Okay, but in UPSC, many questions will be there with only, all, what to say, very pinpointed data, exactly. Okay, that kind of words and all will always false only, and UPSC is telling it to you, please mark it as wrong. Okay, so listen and understand all the tips, including what I am telling to you now. Include everything. Listen, understand, and adopt it. Okay, find your strength and apply, because you will have a very liking towards economics. Do economics questions with more interest or more priority, because high chances that you get it more. There is nothing like you have to do the 1 to 10 first and then 11 to 20. Nothing like that in prelims. Okay, now out of 100, there will be 20 questions which are always unsolvable every year. Okay, like 2017-18, there was this World Justice Report, Rule of Law Index. Okay, these things are some things which you don't study, and it is not a international report kind of thing, which is like international UN body or any World Economic Forum or nothing like of that sort. Okay, but still they ask Rule of Law Index, World Justice Report. Okay, many examples I showed you in my 2018 and 19 analysis, which you have to skip. Okay, UPSC is giving that as an ABCD question because there are many students who simply think they have understood UPSC. They will go and tell, okay, this looks familiar, this word is like this, so I will do B or I will do D. They simply do it. They have no clue. They have never heard of it in their life. Okay, you can do like that even if you don't hear, but that should be questions which are like 1, 2, 3 type questions. Okay, statement type questions, because you will be able to eliminate at least one. This one where you cannot eliminate anything, please don't take a chance. If you don't know, you have to skip it. Okay, skipping is not a bad thing. Skipping is something which only the talented ones can do. Now, out of the remaining 80 questions, okay, after skipping the 20, there will be 40 easy questions every year. Okay, that is why I tell SC, ST, OBC students, if you simply focus little bit, you can reach cutoff much faster because of the reservation thing you have. Okay, it's a very good thing for you that you have to score around how much? As I showed you, 80 marks you have to get, or 80, suppose 90 marks you have to get. That means 45 questions correctly, and 55 questions is not even needed for you. Out of 100, somehow find that best 45 questions and do that. Okay, try to do that first in the first 1.5 hour. And when you are sure, then if you want, you can go for extra to improve your mark. Else 90 will be more than enough. So, taking into account the last 3-4 years, you have to do less than 50% of the paper and you will clear it. But general category and sometimes OBC, okay, you have to do at least 50, in the reverse way. Okay, you have to do this much. And then that is what, when others are trying to find 45 questions, you have to try and find 55 questions, best 55 questions. And please do that. Don't do the 100 searching. So brightest students, always what they will do is they will do 60 right, 120 marks and come out of the exam hall. They seriously do that. But people think that they have attempted everything and some plus minus happened and they passed. It's not like that. Whoever has passed prelims have applied the right technique and selected those best 60 questions, counted their mark, counted the OMR sheet, and they came out of the exam hall. They did not do the experimenting like you did. Okay. Now coaching institute model is, they will tell attempt 80 to 100 questions. Okay. If you don't know or not, 1 to 100, say simply tell attempt 80. Okay, students out of their excitement, they do it. Okay, even if they are not sure, just because coaching institute told, even after they're getting 50 right, they'll go and do 30 more. Okay, that too they don't know how to select one, which one it is. Okay, so if you do that way, you will get this 100 marks for this 50 right, and then 0.66 negative if you do for 30 marks, that negative will come and then you will get only 80 marks. So you are definitely going to fail, whichever category you are. If you do 60 right and 20 wrong, then you will get around 106. Okay, so that was okay for previous year, and this is good marks. Okay, but 60 right and 20 wrong, you have to be that much big expert also. That is why people, coaching institute tell that you do that, somehow you will get 60 right, 40 wrong, then plus minus and you will pass. But it won't work for everyone unless you are a genius. Okay, so if you are a very brilliant student, you can go for that. Else we give 2-3 models where you have to attempt, as I told, look for that best questions. Okay, 40 rights and then 30 doubtful ones. So that category people don't tell you. They just tell you the ones you know, ones you don't know. But there will be always 3 categories. Okay, one is which you know. Okay, you know, you are doubtful, you don't know, In between there is one more category, like if you think for 2 extra minutes, maybe you can clear. Okay, the doubtful itself has 2 separate categories, which is a thing which my students will know because I'm teaching them in the daily 9 o'clock session. So 15 right and 15 wrong if you get from the doubtful ones I'm telling. Okay, 80 marks here you got, and this way if you do 30 for this 15 right and this 0.6 is negative, if you do, then 20 marks is the net of that. So 80 plus 20, 100 marks you will get with that model. Okay, for an OBC student. For model 2, 50 right, 100 marks, that is searching the best 50, remaining 50 you don't even care, and from that remaining 50 you look for the 20 doubtful ones which you had. So from that again, I am not telling all 20 will become right. If it becomes 10 right and 10 wrong, plus 20 and this much negative, so 13.4, so this will be a mark. Okay, so these are 2 models which we tell. Now you will again ask like how to understand which is the doubtful one, which is the this thing. So that already in many videos I have told you, but the trick to this exam, okay, like how to clear this exam is understanding certain things, understanding UPSC pattern, understanding question pattern, understanding option pattern, understanding the statement phrasing style. Okay, there is a definite style which every serious aspirant catches immediately when they see a statement. Okay, then using the exam hall hours effectively, handling the pressure in the exam hall, these and all will come. Okay, if you just focus on getting that marks, it will come automatically. Okay, so first I'll tell you some blind guess methods which already I have told many of my students, okay, which always works. Okay, and this has to be applied in the last half an hour. I'll make a next video, the episode 2 of this, where I'll be showing, I'll actually open a question paper. Okay, I'll open suppose 2019 question paper and we will do it together. Okay, we will try to do it in a exam pattern kind of thing. So I'll tell you, when I see a question, I'll tell you, okay, this one I don't know, skip it. This one I know, you do it. So that method I'll tell you in the next episode, else this will go lengthy. So now the blind guess method now itself, so that you are practicing at home. Within the 1 hour of exam, if you feel you cannot score more than 30 questions, that is you have no hope of clearing this exam, paper is tough, and you use the blind guess method. Okay, so UPSC don't try to play with topics which is difficult to be tracked from a normal source. Okay, so if it's a very difficult topic which you don't prepare in your normal news items, normal this thing, the statement will come true. Okay, because they don't want you to trouble you with the chairman, or like suppose last year also it came like secretary of Indian National Association, some historical body secretary, and they gave something, and then Communist Party president something, and another name. Nobody is going to study secretary and president and all. Okay, if they're giving an option, either they'll give a blunder statement, okay, which is nowhere related to that body and which anybody can guess, like Mahatma Gandhi or something they'll give here. Okay, else if they are giving a name, okay, like Radhakant Deb or some M.N. Roy, something like that they give, that time 99% it will be true only. Okay, like head of Quality Council of India is appointed by Prime Minister. It's a true statement. But people thought like how will Prime Minister do such things and all, and they put it as false, but it is true. Then dates, years, it will be always false, mostly false. Okay, anything they tell, okay, this was ratified, this thing for 25th anniversary completed, or this thing, what is that called, contemporary, this person and this person was contemporary. Okay, like Guru Nanak met Lord Buddha, something like that they'll put, or some quote poet of someone, and some 500 years back some other personality they'll take, like he inspired from him, he adopted his books or something, but it will be actually reverse. Okay, they will purposely give the older person in the newer context and talk. So that will be always false. Then the numbers of any kind, like if they tell the weight of a satellite, the orbit, the fund, number of states passing through a particular this thing, always it is wrong. You take last 10 years question paper, every time it is wrong. Okay, else it will be very easy, like Eastern Ghats pass through this many states, Himalayas pass through these many states. It's always false. Okay, and I'm telling lot of things. Okay, if they simply tell it goes through 2 states, like Pulikat Lake is only in Andhra and Tamil Nadu, that is true. Okay, that came together in one thing, and there was no other option also that year. If you see, it was 1, 2 only, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 3, and then 3 only. So Himalayas and Eastern Ghats both were wrong. So 1 and 2 had to eliminate, and 3 was the right answer. Okay, there is no option like none of these. So there 1 had to be true, and that minimum states which they gave, that was the one which was true. The bigger numbers are always false. Okay, fund also, like I think NIIF, National Investment Fund or something, if it was 40,000 crore, something like that, they purposely put as 4 lakh crore, which is like an impossible thing, which is even higher than the budget of that thing. Okay, so that kind of impossible numbers they give. Okay, or as I told, PSLV satellite, they will give like it is put at a height of 36,000 kilometer, which is a blunder, because PSLV is not used for that height. GSLV is used for that. That is a common sense. You don't care about what satellite they asked, whether they asked Chandrayaan or whatever. If they are putting a statement like PSLV, it was launched through PSLV at a height of this thing, they are testing that knowledge only. They don't care about what satellite they have put in question. Okay. Then science, which I told, applications like 3D printing can be used for, and they will give 5 options. Like in bakery, in scientist, this thing, in education, in health sector, they'll put 5 things. Every time, everything will be true. Okay, like GPS can be used for tracking a person, for some thermal power control, whatever they give in the below, everything will be true. OLED screen, something was there, that also it was true. These are 3 different years, 2017, 18 and 19. Every time it was true, okay, no matter what it is. But when it comes match the following, incorrect pair, okay, like GI tag, festivals, tribes, it will never be all the above or none of the above, meaning it is reverse of statement 4. Statement 4 I am telling everything will be true, but statement 5 I am telling it will never be all the above, okay. Like for example, I have a question here. Whenever this match the following comes, there will be never a case where 1, 2, 3 is the answer. So this one you can go and blindly remove it, okay. If you know the topic, please do it in your correct method, okay. I am telling for those students who feel like in the exam hall they need a blind guess method. That time when you see, wherever you see this pair question, immediately go to that question and strike off D. Now think of the other 3 things, okay. So you are one this thing less now, okay. Then look for whether you know any one of them, and that will help you come to the answer, okay. This always works, and this one was, you did not have to do that because it's an easy question, because Hampi is something which everybody studies, and in every textbook it is there that it is in Tungabhadra river, okay, because of the Vijayanagara dynasty which you study, because it's the capital of that empire. So capitals you have to know, like whether it's Chola Empire, whether it's Magadha Empire, whether it's any Maratha Empire, anything, capitals and important cities you have to know, and you have to know something about that. So this was an easy thing, because 3 if you eliminate directly you get the answer, okay, 1 and 2 only. But else also, every time a pair question comes, see to it that you apply this tricks, okay, blind guess method. So I'll come with the second episode, because I need to open a question paper and then tell you the exact trick. It's a simple thing. I'll give you a clue here itself. Like when you do the test series, always have the rough space, use it effectively. Okay, like suppose here we take a notepad and you read the question paper, and first question you are doing, and you are reading it, and you think like if I get 5 more minutes, I can solve it. But now I don't want to waste time. So in the rough space itself, you have 3 categories, like to think. Okay, like that you write it. Then another side heading, don't know, okay, like to skip, something like this, okay. Already done, you don't need, already done what you have to do, directly go to OMR sheet and mark it immediately, okay. Because what people do is they go and mark the wrong ones, meaning first question they don't know, okay, second question they don't know, and third question they know, okay, and they mark it in the answer paper, in the question paper itself, okay. In the question paper you mark it, and what happens is towards the end, out of the hurry, like last 15 minutes when they tell time is running out, you go to the you go to the OMR sheet, and that time when you start putting, out of something mistake, instead of the third question you start marking from the second question in the OMR sheet, I'm telling, okay. So what happens is everything goes one step down, okay. Like you wanted to do the second question, suppose this is the OMR sheet, this 4 bubbles are there like this, okay, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, you actually 1 and 2 you had skipped, okay. But when you are coming and marking by mistake, to start here A and here C, you start from here, you mark here A and here C. So everything goes one step wrong, okay, and your entire thing goes wrong, and you cannot do anything when OMR sheet goes wrong, okay. They are not going to replace it for you. So please see to it that these kind of silly things you don't do. That is why when you know some question, when you know 3 and you don't know 1 and 2, directly go and mark 3 there itself, then come back to the question paper and read the next question. Okay, so that's what I'm telling. I'll open a question paper and we will do it. Okay, we'll do it with rough space and we will try to do it. So that is the next episode which will come. So hope these things which I have told you. Okay, and the cutoff again, if you ask what is exact cutoff, it will be above 98. Like I told, last 2 years it is 98. This year it should be above that, and it will be 102 to 107. Okay, you can expect for general category this can be the cutoff. Okay, this is what we are predicting, and we will again change it when we see the actual question paper. Okay, before even UPSC tells you, we will analyze it. We will tell you the correct one in October 4, October 5 itself. So don't worry on that. But now we are telling, please see to it that you are trying for 105, 110 marks now itself in your test series and everything, so that you don't go with the expectation that it will again come 98. Okay. So we'll stop this video. We'll come with the second episode because I want to make small episodes. Okay. So any queries, anything before your exam, please ask me, and watch all the videos which I made for you. Till then, enjoy your learning. Thank you and have a nice day.